We all have a yesterday we wish we could forget. A mistake, a failure, a moment that made us believe we weren't good enough to try again. But the worst part of failure isn't the fall itself. It's carrying the pain with you, day after day, like a backpack full of stones. This is the story of a man who learned how to let that weight go, and how courage begins the moment you stop holding on to what's already gone. His name was David. At 32, he had everything people dream of: a good job, a loving wife, and a small company he built from the ground up. But one decision changed everything. He trusted the wrong business partner. The deal collapsed. He lost his money, his company, and eventually, his marriage. Everyone else moved on, but David didn't. He carried his failure everywhere he went, like a shadow that refused to leave. Every night he whispered to himself, "If only I hadn't messed up." He stopped laughing, stopped dreaming, and started believing that his life was already over. One cold morning, David sat on a crowded train heading downtown to a job he didn't love, just to pay the bills. Next to him sat an old man with kind eyes and a wrinkled smile. For a while, they sat in silence until the man said, "You look like someone who's been climbing uphill for too long." David gave a half-hearted laugh. "Yeah, that's one way to put it." The old man nodded toward the briefcase on David's lap. "What's in there?" David shrugged. "Work stuff, just the usual." The old man smiled knowingly. "We all carry bags, son, but the question is, are you carrying your work or your past?" David froze. The train kept moving, but something inside him stopped. That night, David couldn't sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind. "Are you carrying your work or your past?" He turned on his old laptop, the one he hadn't touched since his business failed. File after file appeared on the screen. Project Hope, Investors 2020, Dream Plan. Every folder was a ghost of who he used to be. He stared for a long moment, and then, slowly, began deleting them, one by one. Every click hurt. It felt like erasing a piece of himself. But with every file that vanished, he felt a little lighter. When the screen finally went blank, he leaned back and took a deep breath. For the first time in years, he felt peace. The next morning, he took the same train again. The old man wasn't there, but the sunlight hit the window differently. David looked at his reflection and saw something he hadn't seen in a long time. Hope. It wasn't that everything was fixed. It was that, for once, he wasn't dragging the past behind him. As he sat quietly, a little boy's ball rolled across the floor and stopped at his feet. The boy ran up, smiling. "Mister, can you throw it back?" David smiled and tossed it to him. The boy laughed, and something inside David laughed too. A simple moment, but it felt like life again. He thought, maybe happiness isn't about getting everything right. Maybe it's just about letting go of what's wrong. That evening, David wrote in his journal, "I no longer want to carry what's already gone. I want to live for what's still growing inside me." He started small, waking up early, walking through the park, rewriting his goals, not to fix the past, but to build from it. Every day felt a little lighter, a little freer. Weeks passed. He found himself smiling again, talking to people, dreaming again, quietly but confidently. One morning, he returned to the same seat on the train. The old man was never there again, but his words remained, like a lantern that still lit David's path. David learned 3 powerful lessons. Failure doesn't destroy you. Carrying it does. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means not letting the past control today. He realized something beautiful. Every person carries a bag. Some fill it with regrets. Some fill it with dreams, but only those who learn to set it down can truly move on. One quiet afternoon, David went to the beach. He stood at the edge of the water and picked up a small stone. He looked at it, then gently threw it into the sea. As it sank beneath the waves, he whispered, "Thank you, past, for teaching me how to begin again." The wind blew across his face, the sun began to set, and for the first time in years, he wasn't afraid of tomorrow. Don't carry yesterday's failure. Carry today's courage. Failure isn't the end, it's a moment. You only stay stuck if you keep reliving it. Real courage begins the day you stop carrying what no longer belongs to you.